Um, okay, guys, welcome to Agile Tech. So we have a question here that we need to look out. Okay, this is basically a database question. Okay, I will be using Microsoft Access. Okay, for it. It's kind of related to IGCSE, but majorly for WAEC and NECO respectively. Okay, so we'll be having questions like this, especially in um, WAEC computer science practical or NECO data processing or computer science practical, as the case may be. Okay. Later on in the video, I'm going to release a class I had on web tutoring for IGCSE students, a class I had with my students, and I'll be putting up on my channel. So you just want to look out for that. Okay. All right. So we have a question here, and it says here is a table for customer, another table for contract, another table for invoice. Okay, so we're going to, they've given us a sample of how the table looks like, and we're going to work on it. So in the course of the video, I'm going to be making some pauses so that I can type those things in and it doesn't waste our time. Okay. All right, so we have the set start the MS Access 2013 and above. So I'm going to start mine right here. Click on the Windows icon and I'll click on Access, type Access, and I have my here. I'm going to open it, and yeah, it's open. Okay, and I have and above and set the feed width size. Okay, we set the feed width size. Okay, type the record above in the table. So we're going to type the records above in the table. They said format above using Calibri, font style, font size 12, and please no bolding of anything. Okay, so we're going to format the table to look like this. Okay, so obviously we're going to do that. So we're going to create the customer table right now, and so we have here a blank database. We're going to call this a customer database, so I'll call it DB, right? Of course, it's going to be a document. Yeah, it's going to be a document, and it's going to be for that. So I can just say it's an SS2 question, so I could just see SS2 customer DB. Okay, so it's fine. So I have create here. Okay, we have this. Okay, I can close this. Okay, and I'll go to create. Now we have this as a tabs. We have this as ribbon. So I'm going to click on the create tab, and I'm going to click on table. Okay, and that's how you create it. And now I'm going to switch from the view to design view. It tells me to put the name I want, so I'm going to put customer. Okay, and it's going to take me to the design view. Okay, so going back to the question, it says we have customer ID, company, and that. Now they give us a sample of what they want us to save it as, so I'm going to do that. So we have the customer ID, and okay, it's fine with that. So customer ID, so we have so we'll change this to customer ID, and what are they giving as a data type? They're giving a text, so we'll change the data type to a short text. I'm going to pause the video. I'm just going to do it right now. Okay, so I'm done with that, and I've been able to split my screen. If you're wondering how I did it, I'm going to show you. All I did was I make this maximize. I hold my Windows button here and my arrow right. Okay, and that is it. The other one here, I hold make it full. Hold your window button and then your arrow left. Okay, and then you have it this. Okay, so we have it. So we have this. We have created this table right here, and then we can now switch to the data type. Okay, of course we have to save, so it's going to prompt us to save. So we have done that. I'm going to create the next table. Okay, and we're going to fill in all those details, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to switch to design view, and it will tell me to save. So I'm going to put contract. Okay, and I'm going to put the contract norm. Things really easy, so there's no need to um, pause. Customer ID, so it's going to be very fast. Um, Customer, okay, contract norm. Please, you have to ensure that the names are identical, okay? Sign, especially when you want to create a relationship, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to use date and time as data type for this contract type. And then we have a text, okay? Sorry, short text. And we're done with this, and now we're going to click on save, okay? Right click here and we save, and then we're going to switch to, okay, so we have that. Now we're going to create another table, and we're going to call it invoices. Okay, so I'm going to click on create tab, table, and I'm going to switch to design view. It's going to ask me to create that. So we have invoices. Okay, I'm going to have invoice num, and I'm going to make it a short text. We have two types of tests. We have the short test and the long test. Okay, when you notice for addresses, we can make a long test. Okay, because the address obviously is going to have a lot of characters. Okay, so we have contract num, short text, invoice date, date and time, invoice item, of course short text, invoice amount, we have currency, invoice paid, we have short text. Okay, so quickly, that's fine with that. I'm going to save this and switch it to the sheet view. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to pause the video right now and type in all what they told me to type. Okay, just to type this, and it's gonna be a while, so I'm just gonna pause it so that we can just get to speed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I've created that for the customer table. You could actually see the records here for customer. Okay, you could actually see the record here for customer. So I've actually created that. So I'm moving on to contract. So I'm going to fill in the records for contract right now. So I'm just going to pause the video and move ahead for contract. Okay, so I have created for the contract, and I'm going to show you some things once I'm done. I'm now moving over to the invoice. I'm going to create it, and then we can begin. Okay, so I'm moving over to the invoice right now. Okay, just trying to pause it. Okay, I can just type it here. Why seems to be having some messages. Okay, let me just do it from here, and that's fine. Okay, so let me just process from here. Okay, done. Okay, so I'm actually done with that. Um, I'm done with the invoices. I'm done with the contract. I'm done with the customer. Okay, so so we have that. Okay, so I think now I'm going to maximize screens. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so I'm just going to save. Go back to the question. Oh my God, just open close it. Okay. Now we have done all this. I said create an additional 4 record to each of the table. Okay, so it's easier to create additional record, but we're not going to do that because of time. So you can just type in the 4 records. It's quite easy. I'm just going to do I'm just going to do one across board, so it makes it easy. So I can do 0 okay, 1 8. Okay, I can have company could be a gyrotech. Okay, it's fine. First name could be Agile. Last name is Andy. Telephone number is 234 um just 816 079 6095. Street could be Christ Avenue. Okay. Um, okay. Of um, Admiralty Road. Okay, so city, of course, right here in Lekki, phase one. State is Lagos. My email is jaoandy@gmail.com. So something like this, just for customer contract. For contract here, I have it here. Could just be 3018. The customer ID has to match what you just typed, so I have to go back to the customer ID and select this. Country amount, don't really have any, so I'm just going to put a 6,000. The date 04/02/2022. Okay, my country type could be teaching, so all right, don't laugh, it's great. You know. So contract norm, do we have contract norm here? Okay, do we have it in contract norm? Okay, we have it here, so we're gonna pick this for invoices and type it here. And for contract, for the invoices, for that's invoice norm, sorry, contract norm rather, sorry, that's for contract norm 3018. For invoice norm, do we have it in customer? Okay, so that should be in so the invoice norm just generating, so that's fine to just be 2035. Okay, the date could be 04 then 06/2022, and invoice item could just be books. Okay, and quite expensive, so we could be looking at 50,000. Okay, it's fine. Paid, yes. Now let's go back to the question, and I think I noticed something right here in contract amount. So let's go back to the question. Now in contract amount, I'm just going to make this bolder. Um, Now in contract amount, notice something here, that this has some dots right here, right? Some kobo, if you want to call it that. So how are we going to do it here? Okay, so we're just going to select this and go to the table field, and we're just going to add an increment to that. Okay, so we'll just make it 2 increments. So this is what we'll call increase decimal, decrease decimal. So we've done that. That's fine with me. So if we come back to the question, do we have that? Yes, that looks good. There's no amount stated, so we'll just leave it like that. Now notice that some words are overlapping. It's not actually clear or visible. We just use this. Sorry guys. So in between this, we just have an arrow here. You change it here to this arrow here, and you double click. Okay, you double click to have spacing in between the fields. Okay, so they can be seen legibly. Customer here, you want it to be seen legibly. I think we have this here. Okay, emails as well. Okay, it's clear. Invoices, do we have some overlapping? Yeah. Just doing that. Okay. I think everything is fine in total, and we're good to go. So we can go to the next question. All right. So we're right here. It said create the relationship of these three tables. So we're going to create the relationship of these three tables, and that's 10 marks, guys. Um, okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to close this. I want to close everything. I want to save. Endeavor to save, guys. So you don't lose your work. Okay. Close, save, and close again. Okay. So we create the relationship. To create it, we go to database tools, and we create the relationship. Okay. And we are going to import all the three tables. Okay. Add selected tables. We've added them. Now you have something like this. You double click to drag down. Okay. So now we want to create a relationship between the customer uh, ID and the customer ID here. Okay. And we can create that. And we have the contract num. Do we have that to this? And we can create that. And now we can do this. Now, both for the IGCSE students and the WAEC students, so this is how we create the relationship, okay? And for the IGCSE students, you will definitely not be asked to type all this because you have a CSV file that you're going to import on that, okay? And we'll do, of course, we're definitely going to do videos on that, on how to answer questions on databases or data manipulation, that's what we'll call it here in the IGCSE level, okay? All right. So we have that. Okay, so we have this right here. So that seems fine with me, and we can save and then we can close. Okay, and now if you check your customer, you will see that the relationship has been created. Okay, this relationship has been created, and now you can now see for Agile Tech, this is the contract it has, and for that. Okay, all right. So that's fine. And we can now proceed. Okay, I think I'm having a low battery, so I'm just going to quickly charge. Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay, that's good. So let's go back to the question again. Create a report for the customer table and name it customer list. Make it portrait and print. Okay, it must be in one page. Okay, so we're going to create a report for this. Um, Save. So we're creating a report for, to create a report, we'll come to create tab and then we go to create report wizard. Okay, and now we're moving everything on the customer. Okay, now this is to move it one by one. This is to move everything. So we're just moving everything to selected field. Okay, so we go to next, and of course it's on grouped. Of course we are not ascending, descending. Although in IGCSE you'll be asked for ascending and descending, but this is strictly for WAEC and the NECO students. Okay, so forgive me for the IGCSE students, guys. This is just for the Nigerian students. Okay, but we'll come to you. Trust me. All right. So we have this. But there's still a thing or two to learn from here because there's still some similarities. Okay. So we have it. I said make it portrait and print. So we're going to make it portrait. It's portrait of a teacher is portrait. We'll leave it in tabular. Okay. Which one like this. If it's going to be commoner, it's going to be the other way around. Okay. And justify it's going to be like this. So we just want it to be tabular, right? And we'll click on next. They said the title should be named what? Um, let's go back to that. I said, oh, I skipped a question, um, but I'm going to go to it. Okay, sorry guys, I didn't see that. I skipped the question, but I'm going to go back to it. Okay, but in IGCSE, you will have to create a query for you to generate a report. But in a WAEC and NECO, you can just move away around it. Okay, so they said table, customer table, and name it customer list. Okay, so we'll type it customer list. Okay, just want to check. Okay, and so we're done with that. So we can preview our work and see how it looks like. It's loading. I think I'm just going to pause. I don't know why it's taking so much time. Okay, not responding. I'm just gonna pause, guys. Okay, we're good to go. So there was a little bit of a glitch, but we're fine. So we have this, so we can view this right here. They said it has to be in to fit in one page, and this is clearly not one page because it's overlapping to the other page and even to page 3. Okay, so we don't want that. Okay, now if you check, this is what we call the print view, so we're going to adjust it. Okay, so we go to page setup, and from the bottom, so from the left rather, we could say want it to be 3, the right want it to be 3, and let's see if that works. Okay, it doesn't really work, so we're going to adjust it. We're going to close and let's adjust it. We switch to the layout view, which is easier for us to work with, and we just want to adjust that. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and hold my shift or my control rather and select this. Okay, so I come again, I click on the first one, hold my control, click on the second one, then I can drag. There are two ways to do this, and but I'm just showing you that. So I click on it, hold my control on the keyboard and click on the other one. Okay, and I can drag, and then I can move it. You hold and you move. Okay, hold here, hold my control. So that's that. Okay, and then I can move it like this. Still move. Okay, or you can just use the arrow key and move left and right. Okay, okay, hold my control, select. Okay, move. Okay, select the first one, hold my control, select the other one, and I can move it here. Okay, so I can go to page setup and let's see. Um, Page, column, the weight of it. Okay, so let's make it 2. Let's see what happens if this is going to shift. Oh yeah, it did. So okay, so going to go to format and let's see what we can do here. So I'm just going to change this to design view um, to work on it better. Okay, so in design view is it's quite easy, but if the report view is easier, you can just I'm just clicking on the first one, select the first one, then select the content. Okay, Okay, design, and then I can switch to the layout view to see what we have here. So it's all looking jam packed, and probably we could try to work on no um, try to work on the formats. Can we reduce this? Okay, so we could just make it 10 and let's see what happens. Okay, because it has to be before the line. So you know what, I'm just gonna pause this video and I'll fix on it. Okay, so we are back, guys. I know you're wondering, all this magic, Mr. Jaro, what did you do? I'm going to explain, I promise you. Okay, so what I simply did was to move all this here, and I went to formats to reduce the font size, which I did. I reduced the font size, and probably I'm going to reduce this again. That's fine with me. And then for the street, all I did was to increase this. I had to, right here, I drag down to increase it, right? And I'm going to reduce it. Now I had to wrap it. It's okay. If I increase this, the text will increase, right? You see that? Now all I had to do was to wrap it by drawing it close here and creating the space for it to go down. So if I drag it down, it goes down more, and I can bring it up again. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now to make it more clearer, you can come here to the design view, and you can make the adjustment here by reducing it here. And if you switch to the layout view, you see what I'm talking about. Now it's now big, and you go back to the design view, and you can bring it back to, let's say, 1 centimeter. I think that's fine. And if you go to layout view, I think that's fine with me. So if we're going to our print preview, we should be able to have it in one page. Okay, so right now it's in one page. Okay, although the other ones are showing, um let's see how we can take it off. Okay, I think this is best fixed. Yes, I'm going to fix it. I think it's best fixed in design view. So uh I think this should, okay. Oh, okay, I think I know why it's that. I have to move this here. Sorry, I think I've seen it. um okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick pause and sort this out. Okay, guys, sorry for the I had to pause to just to adjust some things. Now if we cancel this and we go to print preview, which we have done, notice what is going to show here that this is a page a page one of one, right? So it doesn't really affect anything, right? It's just one page, and the reason why it seems there are other spaces is because of how we measured it. So we had to ensure that everything fits on one page, so it's still going to print. I just wanted to be sure that was the case. Okay, so I think we are good to go. We can close this one of one. Okay, so we can close this, and we can close the report now. Endeavor to save, like I said, save and then close. Okay, now let's go back to the question. Now they said create, we're going to run a query following, showing the following criteria. Okay, we're running a query showing the first name, last name, contract norm, contract amount, signing date, contract type. um, then we're going to name the query. So let's do that. Okay, now you need to note that for the WAEC students, you have to run an SQL query, but because of time, I'm going to use the IGCSE way to do that. Okay, so we're going to go to the query design, query wizard rather, right here on queries, query wizard, and I'm going to run a simple query wizard, and under the, because they are linked together, we can pick, right? So I said the following criteria, we have the first name. So we can move between tables. So we have first name, last name, uh, contract norm. That should be in contract. Now, if you have not created this relationship very well, this is not going to show. You're going to have issues with this. Okay. Um, contract amount, signing dates, contract type, and I think that's that. So we're going to name the query. Um, so the name we're going to give it is contract by first and last name. So I'm just going to quickly highlight this, take this off, paste it here, and I'm going to finish. Okay, so we have our query. Now notice that it is only two people that are reflected in this query. Okay, because it's able to search to pick out. Now to if we go to home and we go to our query design, we're able to see the criteria it has matched in the relationship, and then we can be able to switch the view to SQL view. So for the WAEC students, this view is very important. Okay, so for the WAEC students, we have select customer. Now you can type this. I'm just going to create my notepad right now. It's going to work. So you have select. Now when you create the SQL view, you're going to click on data definition, right? So you do a select, okay, and then you have customer, okay, and you have customer here, okay, select customer, okay, then just trying to put that out. Select the customer first name, last name, contract amount type from this. Okay, so yeah, so select first name. It's been a while. First name, comma, last name. Now remember, you have to type exactly the way it is. Okay, comma, contract norm. Now for contract norm, you're going to put it in brackets. So right, you have contract norm. The reason why we are doing that is because there are two words. So if there are two words, you have to put in in brackets to see so that the database can see it as one. Okay, um, bracket here, contract amount. Okay, contract amount. We have comma here, signing dates, comma in bracket here. You have contract type. Okay, then the next one is from what the table name, right? Customer. So this should actually work. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. So select all this. Okay, from customer. Okay, and this is the SQL query for running this. Okay, that's fine. um just want to check that. Now in design view we have this. Okay, all right, so we can go back to our datasheet view and we can have this. Okay, that's fine. Now they said we've created the report. They said create a form for the table and name it customer list. Below is a sample of what the customer table form should look like. So they've given us a form how the form is going to look like. So let's create the form right now and right here. So okay, so we've created this, save and close. Now to create the form, we click on create. Then we're going to click on the form wizard. Okay, we want all the fields. Let's see that. We want all the fields from the customer table. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to move everything, just trying to check if everything is that okay. And we click on next, go back. Okay, what are we naming it? Do we have a name? And name it customer list. Okay, so we're creating it a customer list. So we're creating a form and we're calling it customer list. So we have the form like this, but what they want to do, they want it to look like this. So we're going to do a little bit of design on it. Okay, so we're just going to um, select all of them and then we can work on it. Okay, so we have this, that's fine. We want it to look like this set. Okay, so let's see how we're going to work on it. Okay, so we have a black background. Okay, now this is for your field here, right? And all true. Okay, all true. Then I have moving this and I'm going to make it a red. For the text, highlight it, going to make it bold. Going to give it a text color. Okay, orange. It's an orange color. Okay, selected it from here. Orange here. I'm going to centralize this and I'm going to increase it 20. Okay, we can actually create a label for it. That will be fine, but I think I prefer this. Okay, okay. Just going to create uh, a label for it. This way we can write on it, but we can have more like a rectangle control on it. So we could use some things to add to it to just make it. But I think this is fine. Just trying to ensure it has that touch. So we are making it way bolder. Yeah. Okay. Let's make it 50. Okay, that's fine. Um, bringing in logo. Do I have a logo here? So let me search for a logo. Downloads. I think I should have a standing logo I can bring in. Just trying to find one. Okay, I have this here. So I'm going to import to bring this. So I have right here, and I'm going to add insert image. I'm going to browse for it. I know it's on my download. Just trying to check. This was earlier this year. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. Okay. So I can drag the image here. Now, so we just adding more of like a logo to it, and I think the logo works. So instead of adding an image, we're going to add a logo to it. Um, yeah, the logo goes on the heading, so that's fine. And we can increase it. Now to actually take up the background of this, we can use an MS Word to do this. It's quite simple. We can just open and we can bring the picture in. So you're not going to notice a difference until we change the design color to black. Then we have it here. Okay, so we're going to go to picture format, background remover. We're going to mark areas to keep by selecting on them. These are the areas we want to keep. Gently selecting on them. Okay. And then we want other size taken off. Now you have to zoom in to actually see what you're doing. Okay, so I think we can. Okay, so we just mark areas to keep here and we can trace it. Okay, all right. Okay, okay, okay. So I think we have that, and we can just keep changes. Now, if we change this, so we have this here, and of course it's string right here, and we can also take that out for it. But it all depends on the picture, okay? But you can always use an AI to actually take off your background. So I'm going to show you right now how to use an AI to take off your background. Okay, just going to create right here, and I'm going to put background remover, and I'm just selecting, just going to upload the image here that I want to remove. Um, and in less than a minute, it should remove the background for you. So you have this, okay, and you can actually download this, and it's going to be downloaded. Okay, so we have this. Now if we're to bring this to our work, we don't have to bring this, rather we can come here to select what we have downloaded. Okay, which is fine with me, and we can increase it. Okay, so we have that, and so here is so the way it's done is done in such a way that 1 2 3 4 is there, 1 2 3 4 is there, 1 2 3 4 has a red and it has a white, and they're bolded. Okay, okay, and we can actually adjust this. Okay, so this comes here. Okay, so we have this here. You can use your arrow to move it. I think we have this. Now we're going to add the buttons for it. Okay, so to add the buttons, okay, so we can add the buttons for it. Let's look at it again. Okay, no, this is okay. Yeah, labels, and we can type on that. Okay, guys. So we need to have something like this. In this question, so we are going to add a rectangle to that. Okay. You can't see it on the layout view. You have to see it in design view. So we're going to create something like this, and then we can come to format, make it red, and then we can now add this to that. Okay. 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 So we're going to stack it together, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to stack it together because I want it stacked to each other, and that makes it better. So I'm going to select here, select here, select here, select here, select here, right click on it, and the layout is going to be stacked. Okay. Hold my control, select this, select this, select this, select this, right click, and I'm going to stack it. Okay, good. Okay, so we have this here. It's looking good now. All right. Then I can add my buttons to it. So what first button am I adding? I'm adding add. So I'm just going to look for record operations, add new records, and I'm just going to go to text, and I'm just going to use add. Right. Next, leave the command the way it is. So we have add here. Okay. The next one quickly is save. So I'm going to create another button called save, record operation, save, the text here, make it save. Okay. Okay. Delete right here. Click on it and drag for delete. Record operation, delete, delete, finish. Um, Print. Next. Okay. Just going to move this quickly. Then we have previous. Okay, so we have this. Um, of course, we're going to format it. Um, going to make the text red. Go to format, text here, red. We're going to make it bold. Okay. Mm. It doesn't really need to be the exact same thing. Okay, but that's fine with me. Just to adjust this. Okay, so we have this. Um, so I think everything is good. Now you have to create a picture attachment for each of the customers in the form. Now a picture attachment, we're going to add a picture to it for each of the customer in the form. Um, so come here, just quite simple, a picture attachment for it. So we'll come to here down and we'll look for picture attachment. Yes, we have the attachment here. So click on it and then we drag here to create that picture attachment. Okay, so this is where it's going to be. And we can select this to be start. Then we can create an outline for it. We want to have a red outline for it with a thickness of this. Okay, that seems fine. And so when we switch to the layout view, it makes sense. Okay, now when we go to the form view, then we get the hang of it, of how it's going to look like. Okay, so it should be able to upload a picture. Well, let's try this. Should be able to upload a picture, but let me just quickly know the form. Okay, so that's fine. Think I know how to sort this. So what we are going to do is take this off, and then we're going to add we don't have that here. So we're just going to okay guys, for you to be able to create an attachment because of this question, a picture attachment, um, the thing you're gonna do is you have to come to your table and you have to create a field for it. Okay, to create the field for it, let me just quickly close this. I'm going to save and go to your design view. Okay, go to your design view and right here you're going to see and a field called attachment that we're going to add. Okay, we're going to add an attachment field to it and the data type has to be an attachment. Okay, now we can close this. Now we can go to the form. Now we can switch the form to design view and go to add existing fields, and then we can now move this attachment here. Okay, and we can increase it as much as we want and right click on it, go to the layout, and we're going to stack it. Okay, so we can put a border line on it. To my format here, shape outline, color on it, the thickness of the line. Okay, that looks fine with me. Okay, that looks good. Okay, okay, so we have this. And now if we go to our form design and switch to our form view, we have this for that. So we have the symbol here, and now we can be able to attach files and add to it. So I'm just going to add a picture format, camera roll. Okay, I don't have much here, still on my iPhone. So I'm just going to pick um the picture I have. um don't really have much. Maybe transfer pictures, just pick this much for it, and I'm going to add this. Okay, okay, and it's right here, right? It's right here. Now we have this setup, and if we save this and we go to our data sheet, you see that it has a 1 here. This means that this particular record now has a picture. Okay, and now let's see what the question said. Change the page orientation to landscape, and then you can print. Now we did add some things here, so we're going to do that on the form right now. um Guys, when it comes to creation of form, it takes a lot of time. um so we're going to close. Now we want to border it, so we're going to do that in the design view right now. Go to my rectangle here, and I'm going to border it here. Nope. Okay, I'm going to border here. That was the header. Border here. It's going to create a space for it. Okay, that's fine. Give a format color to it to be red. An outline color for it also to be red. I'm going to duplicate it. Ctrl plus C, and do we have the ability to rotate? Also means we're doing something from fresh. Okay, so from here, okay, then we go to format, make it here, go to outline color, make it red. This is fill color, they both work the same. And then we can bring out label to it. Designed by Mr. Gyro. Okay, and then we can type under the format. We have the fill. Now we have the text color here. We're going to make it white, and we're going to make it bold. 14. Italics. Okay, so we have this. Just going to make it centralized. Okay, and now if we go to design and we switch to form view, we should have this designed by this. Now I don't want this to show this makes it not good. So I'm going to go to my design. This is better. Okay, and I can take this up into the question. So we have something like this. It doesn't actually have to be the same here, but let's see. Okay, so basically all this was just done um, in the body section. Okay, all that was done in the body section, but everything you see there was done in the body section with the head neglected. Let me show you what I mean. Um, but the reason why I'm using this is I want to show you how the header um, works for this. Okay, so this was obviously neglected and it was just straight up in the body section. Okay, um, if I have this moved, just to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now we can bring this here. Okay, now if we switch this to the form, you see what I'm talking about. So that is actually off, and then we can now take this um, to the end. Okay, and there you have it. And if we still want to do this, we can do this and we have it to the end. Okay, so you have it. Now you see that if you check here in the question, it seems it's going off is because the header was not added. It's just to show you how it works. Okay, so I think we're done with this question. You can print the hard copy, you can take a screenshot. To do that, to take a screenshot, because of the buttons, we do a snipping tool and we can snip this. Okay, and save it in the picture or you paste it in your Word, whichever one works for you. Okay, and you can just paste it here. That's fine with me. And you can have that, you can save that in the picture. You can come here, it's right here, you can open it, what has been saved, and you right click on this and you save. Okay, so pretty much that's what we have done. So thank you so much for staying with me, and please do well to subscribe. Okay.